Welcome second years once again to your another grammar item which is from your syllabus and which is from your section C. After your advertisements and non-verbal data, this is the next punctuation. Punctuation has different kinds and all these different kinds being given in a very clear and easy way. I will try my level best to make you understand, and I have confidence that the students can get it very well. Like you people also know all these punctuation marks, and after the explanation you can understand it much more better. Now in the reader it is on page number 25, whereas in your study material it is on page number 20. You have to refer it out very clearly, very nicely it is being mentioned. So just to read it out, understand that, and the practice also you can do from your study material, as well as at every end of every lesson the grammar item is there given as the punctuation marks. So some sentences will be given from the prose lessons. There you have to check it out and do the punctuation, and this is also being given in your study material. After every lessons, punctuation marks, sentences and everything being given, so please go ahead and refer to that. Now here we'll go ahead with the explanation of the punctuation divided into three categories. One is the end punctuation, the second is internal punctuation, and the third is word punctuation. So in the end punctuation we have first of all full stop, question mark and exclamation mark. In the internal, semicolon, colon, comma, quotation marks and ellipses. In the next word punctuation we have apostrophe, hyphen and capitals. Only where the capital letters to be used. We'll go one by one for your explanation. So I hope you can get an understanding of those punctuation marks in a better way. Now, so we'll start first of all with the full stop. Everybody knows that at the end of a sentence we can put a full stop, and there are varieties of the sentences, like the sentences which make a statement. English is a foreign language. This is a statement where something being said, then at the end, foreign language, end, then full stop. Where statements, assertive ones, the sentences, different varieties of sentences are there, and according to that sentences we have to put the full stop. Like in an order also we can put the full stop, commanding sentences, except the questions where we are asking the questions or where there is a need of the commas and all. So normally at the end of a statement, assertive one or a declarative statement or a sentence, we have to put the full stop. The next is after abbreviations, abbreviations and initials. After abbreviations means which can be expanded into a better one, expanded into a next category of the words, like MA, Masters of Arts. This is the expanded form, Masters of Arts, and whereas MA is the abbreviated form, it is a contracted form. And initials, like when you are using M for writing your name, M Srinivas, M dot, then go for writing the Srinivas, like that. AM, anti-meridian, here going against the meridian. PM, post-meridian. So this, for that AM also we have to use the full stop in between. Now next is to separate hour and minute. To separate the hour and minute, like 7:45 either AM or PM, it's up to you. Like to mention it out, 7 is the hour and 45 is the minute. So to separate them out we can use the full stop. First we use the full stop at the end of the sentence, where the sentence could be either a statement or a declarative one, assertive one. There we have to use the full stop. After abbreviations or initials, Abbreviations, these are the abbreviations, and initials, as I said you about the names and all, where we can use the dot after the whole name. The first one initial, then dot, then the dot is the full stop, then the complete name. Now in again it is used to separate hour and minute, which we have got the example over here. Now when the full stop to be omitted, full stop to be stopped. Okay, so when, first is that in acronyms, acronyms which are not the abbreviated forms, like NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This doesn't have a full stop in between because this is not the separate words. Separate, this is a single word, you can say a lengthy word for that, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So where is the need to put the dots in between? So this type of the words are known as the acronyms, like UNESCO, WHO, IMF. There is no need to put the full stops in between. These are the acronyms. Okay. Now next is when the letters you are reading are the capital letters, both of them, and are not the abbreviated forms. For the abbreviations we are using, but not for the, when the capital letters are not the abbreviated forms, like we cannot separate those. Television, TV. So don't put the full stop here because we cannot separate them. Like as I said, Masters of Arts. So here MA, it has different words, different relation to the words, like masters. Here you write down commerce, Masters of Commerce, COM if you want, you can write down. So masters is for all. Here you can change the subjects, MSc, everything. But here can you separate them out? Tele is somewhere, then here vision is different. Togetherly they made one word. So here these are the capital letters where they are not the abbreviations, like TB, tuberculosis. It is not a separate name, something from T and something from B. No, they are together formed a name of a disease. So there where we are using both capital letters and they are not the abbreviations of any expanded ones, then they are not to be kept any of the full stop in between. Okay. Next is that newspaper headlines. Newspaper headlines, when you can read out, if you get a habit of reading the newspaper, if you don't have, please go ahead and read down. So your reading can be increased, your reading speed can increase, your comprehension can become better. So it's necessary for you to read the newspapers, at least the headlines or something you can get that. When the headlines being written, it being given as very for attracting the attention of the people, they have written that type of the headlines. So in the headlines they don't put the full stop, like GHMC elections coming near, or GHMC elections is on so and so date, like 1st December. So when they are giving this type of the heading, there is no need for the full stop over there in the newspapers. Elections are on. It is something like a statement only, a sentence only, but elections are on. Like they haven't mentioned more things, not like a complete sentence. So there we are not supposed to put any type of the full stops. So here we have started with punctuations, type of the punctuations. In that type we have first completed from the end punctuations, we have completed one as full stop. Now next we have to move for the question mark. Question mark, it is used at the end of interrogative sentence. Interrogative means the one which is inquiring, asking questions. When you are being asked questions, then that is the interrogation. So where are you coming from? Where do you live? What are your hobbies? These are the questions which asked with normally the WH family. Then we have to put the question marks at the end. Sometimes how old? So how are you? So obviously you have to put the question mark because this is an interrogation, that is a asking, inquiring one. Next is the after question tags. Like, she likes reading, isn't she? This is the question. Or she likes reading, doesn't she? Whatever the question tag is coming up at the end, question tag, for the question tags, unless and until you put the question mark, your question tag would never get a meaning. It does not get completed. So for the question tags, question mark is necessary. So for these two, question marks are compulsory. Now omission, not at end of an indirect question. Like suppose you are in an indirect way, you are talking like, the teacher asked me, have I completed my homework? So in that you have asked the question, but the teacher asked. It is an indirect one. You are not asking the question by yourself. You are saying to someone else. Like, teacher asked me whether I have completed my homework. So instead of adding whether, you are asking directly, that you are saying directly. Teacher asked me, have I completed my homework? Have you completed your homework? That type of the indirect questions never get a question mark at the end. So this is the only omission for the question mark. Next, the exclamation mark. This is the end punctuation. In that we have only 3. That is, the next is exclamation mark. In exclamation mark, the emotional expression, like common sentence you have heard since, I think, when you have started learning interjection, you have got this. What a beautiful flower, or rose is a beautiful flower. This is an emotional expression. What a beautiful flower, then exclamation mark. What a beautiful rose, an exclamation. Like you are suddenly you are getting a surprise and you are getting emotional about that, and you are feeling good to see that. Or suddenly sometimes it happens that you must have, what an accident. Emotional expression when it comes into your voice or into your language, then we have to put the exclamation mark. How the exclamation mark could be? I hope everybody knows that this is your exclamation mark. Now next is the strong command. Like shut up, take out your books. Shut up is the command, a strong command. Like keep quiet. When a person either in an angry mood or in a hurry, sense of a hurry, he or she has declared out something, or when they have given a command, close the door, immediately close the door immediately. So like this was the strong command. When a strong command being given, when you read the sentence also you can understand that this is the strong command. Sit at your place. While listening the tone, it is very easy to understand the strong command, but while reading, you have to read the whole sentence, then you can understand that this is a strong command. So with the strong command, we put the exclamation mark. The next is the one word exclamation, which you have learned as a part of interjection. Hurrah, alas, ah, oh, all this comes under your one word exclamations. Hurrah, we won the match. A general, one of the very famous sentence. Alas, her father died yesterday. Like showing a grief. In the first, you are showing the happy emotion. So one word exclamations, when you use or when it is being written, there we have to put the exclamatory mark. I hope you have understood quite well the punctuation, and in that punctuation we have discussed about end punctuation in the detail, about the full stop, about the question mark and the exclamation mark. In the next class we will try to read about, or we will try to complete internal punctuation with their symbols, semicolon, colon, comma, quotation marks and ellipses. And the next is word punctuation. that is your apostrophe, hyphen and capitals. So as I already said, I have written the page numbers on the top of the board. Check it out, do the practice, take out the time to study rather than becoming idle. Make your mind active, because if you make your mind active and energetic, the whole, you can say the whole life can get turned upside down. You need to be more active right now. So go ahead and read it out. And one more thing I would like to say, that for the grammar classes especially, enjoy the grammar class, enjoy the understanding of grammar class. Then only you can understand it properly. Don't skip anything into that. Take care that you have to watch the whole, as well as you have to do the practice immediately, because again it will go out of your mind and you will start feeling lazy. So it's better to enjoy that grammar and don't get the fear of grammar. Grammar is quite easy if you get a proper explanation as well as the understanding. So in the next class we'll meet with the further explanation. By the time, take care, have a nice day.